Everyone, it's me, Matt, and welcome to the Comic Book Guy channel. And today we're doing Matt's comic haul video, where I'm talking about some things that recent comic-related purchases that I bought. I do have some comics, but something comic-related, some comic-adjacent stuff, which I think is cool and I want to share with you guys. And hopefully you get some good ideas, or maybe you'd like to go out and snag something, one of these things yourself. But first off, I want to talk about something that I've had this for a long time, but I just thought it was kind of cool and I wanted to share it with everybody. And please give me some feedback on this, because I've been trying to do some research on it, but I can't. It's very difficult. So if anybody has any information about this, please let me know. So what I have here is this, it's an artist edition. And if you're not familiar with what that is, they've come out with these artist editions. They're very big. Most of the time you're going to find them on the 11 by 17 paper. And what they do is they get the original artwork from a run or a series or whatever, and they put it all in a book. And it's this huge bound book, hardcover. And it's the original artwork pages of that series or whatever. They're, recreated in the black and white original artwork. And it has like little editor notes, around the side and things like that, and writer notes and all this stuff like around the edge of the paper and everything. It's really cool. I love them. I have several of these things. The difficult thing is what to do with these. Like I said, they're very cool, but I got these large books. What do I do with these things? And for the time being, I'm just have them in the box in my closet. I don't know what to do with these, but they are very cool. And this one is, I think, the coolest one I have. This was a Steranko Nick Fury, Agent Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., from his Strange Tales run, where Steranko was doing the artwork and Stan Lee was the writer. And funnily enough, this is an even larger book, because back in the day, they didn't draw their artwork on 11 by 17 paper. It was, I believe, 15 by 23. So as you can see, this thing is gigantic. It's huge. And I'll try to open it up to show you. And we took some photos that Guy's going to put up. And as you can see, yeah, this is crazy. It's very, very, very cool. So my conundrum is, I saw Jim Steranko at a Tampa convention, and he signed it for me. And he wrote his signature like on this page, and it's gigantic. See, it's huge. So then it was the same year I was at MegaCon and Stan Lee was there. And so when I saw Stan, I'm like, hey, because actually I told Steranko I was going to be seeing Stan a little bit later in a few months. He's like, oh, well, tell him I said hi, and to see if he can sign it as big as I did. So when I saw Stan, I'm like, hey, Jim says hi, and he challenged you to sign it like he did. So Stan's like, oh, well, we can't have that. So when Stan signed it, this thing is heavy too. Stan Lee signed it. It's huge. I got this huge Stan Lee autograph, and it's got the little, hologram sticker that they gave out that year to like authenticate his signature. So I got this huge signature. So let me show it to you. Well, we got some stills of it, but it's this gigantic signature. And so what I'm thinking is like, oh, this is a really big Stan Lee signature. And so I'm kind of wondering, do I have the largest Stan Lee signature in existence? And it's something really difficult to Google. I can't find anything like that. So please, if anybody out there knows, if you've seen a larger Stan Lee signature than the one I have, please let me know. I'd love to see it and compare. This is just one of these cool, weird things that I have. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. And yeah, I flipped through every page. Somewhat the artwork is amazing. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I have probably the largest, if not one of the largest Stan Lee signatures in existence. If anybody has a bigger one, please let me know. I'd love to see it. All right, so up next is something I didn't purchase this, but for Christmas last year, my son got me a spinner rack, which I've been wanting forever. And so, yeah, it fits graded books. Smaller books will fit in it, but they move around a lot. The books I have fit perfectly in there. So what I have is I have a bunch of my signed graded stuff in my spinner rack. It'll hold 2 books, per little holder. and it's got 4 rows. But it's got room on top for like a little sign, and I've been like, I'd like to get something to put on top. So I made this myself. I found, some scans online, and I just printed it out on nice photo paper and put it in a plastic sleeve. And I have this on top of my spinner rack. It's the old retro comics. Read one today. And I thought, that's pretty cool. It's a throwback, from back in the day when comics were on spinner racks and, grocery stores and Walgreens and things like that. And for the back, I made one for the ladies, got the girls on there too. So I thought this was fun, a good idea. You know what? If you have a spinner rack too, this would be something cool and fun you could do, put on top of your spinner rack. Unless you have like an actual vintage one, from back in the day. But those are expensive. And a lot of them were on like porcelain signs, which I would not feel comfortable putting that on top of a spinner rack. But yeah, this was a cool little fun idea I came up with. And I just have it like in a little plastic sleeve. It's 9x12. So it's a good little cool idea. Let me know what you think. I like it. Works for me. And maybe give someone else a good idea out there. All right, so my next cool little find was on eBay. And this guy, he 3D prints stuff. And he had this for $10. I thought this was really cool. It's just $10. I thought it was awesome. It's, plastic. It's got a little bit of thickness to it, maybe like a 1/4 inch thick, if that, maybe like an 1/8. But yeah, this is cool. I just I threw it up on my shelf, one of my shelves in my little nerd room. And yeah, this is just really fun, really cool little thing. It was $10. It just looks cool. It's pretty durable. It's not going to break or anything. Unless you throw it. Yeah, this was cool. I could see someone throwing it. Damn Comics Authority. Ruined so many comics. But yeah, this was on eBay. You could find it yourself. And again, it's like $10. I got it really quickly. The guy's a good seller. I guess he 3D prints a bunch of stuff. It's not the highest quality 3D print, but it doesn't have to be. It's just something you throw up on yourself, and it's cheap, and it just looks cool. I thought it was really fun. So, if you'd like one too, they're on eBay. Just look for Comics Code Authority, and it'll pop up. I found it by accident. One of those happy little accidents, as Bob Ross used to say. All right, up next is, I've mentioned before that I am collecting the Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars figures from 1984. And I'm only, because I have my OG figures from when I was a kid, and then I played with them, and the paint's all worn off on all of them and everything. But I wanted the carded figures. And I was surprised to learn that some of them are actually not that pricey. There's a lot of the more mainstream figures you can get for about $100 on the card, especially like Captain America and Wolverine. You can buy, those are like $100 all day long. And some of the bad guys like Doc Ock, Magneto, Kang, again, $100 in good condition. But I'm to the point now where I am running out of the cheap figures are gone. I'm done. So now I've only got like the really expensive ones left, and the European ones, those are like $1,000 each. So I don't think I'll be getting those, unfortunately. I've reasoned in my own head that I'm only going to go with the U.S. released figures because I simply can't afford any of the others. But yeah, this was a cool recent one. I got Iron Man on the card. And a lot of these figures, you're going to see it's going to have the price tags and stuff on there, which I don't mind. If I could easily just yank that off myself, I do. But some of these they're on there, and it would take some effort, and I'm really worried about damaging the card. So yeah, if somebody knows a way to get retail stickers off there safely without damaging, the card on the back, please let me know. I would love to know how to do that. But I'm thinking it would involve harsh chemicals, and that's why I would really love to hear from somebody that knows how to do this and has done it before, to safely get those off there without damaging the card itself. I would love to know. What I've tried, I've looked up myself, and it does involve using like gooby gone, chemicals of that nature, which I'm very leery of. Well, anyway, this is Iron Man, and with the Marvel Superhero Secret Wars figures, what you'll see is there's a lot of yellowing on the blister, right, on the plastic, which is very common for the Secret Wars figures. It's hard to find ones with like the clear. I do have a couple where it's very clear, looks very nice. Like I have a Captain America figure. It looks like I just got it off the shelf when it came out. That thing is pristine. and it was like $100. But yeah, this one was about 120. It's Iron Man. It's really, really nice. This was an eBay purchase, which I don't like buying toys and figures online. I like to see them in person. But that's not really an option at this point because I'm getting down to the figures that are harder and harder to find. And these are very hard to find now at this point. Like in MegaCon, I saw 2. That was it. In the entire convention, I only saw 2. And I was looking for them and asking people, like, hey, do you have this? And they're like, no, 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 no. And yeah, the only guy I saw that had 2, it's ones I already have. He had a Captain America and a Wolverine, like I said. But yeah, this was an online purchase. And the guy had like tons and tons of photos from every angle. And he had very, very good feedback. So I felt pretty comfortable with this purchase. But yeah, the yellowing on the plastic on the bubble is very common with these figures. You'll see that on quite a bit. Some of them it's very yellow. This one isn't too bad. You can clearly see, Iron Man. The card itself is in really, really good condition. I'm really pleased with this. And some of them you can even find it's unpunched, that's kind of cool. Like this was never even on a peg. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this was one of my recent purchases. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. This is my little Iron Man figure. All right, up next, I have another Secret Wars figure. This is Black Costume Spider-Man. This was another eBay purchase. And yeah, I was surprised this guy, it's a toy store, and he had really good feedback. And yeah, this one, it's only slightly yellowed on the plastic. And the card is just, whew, I mean, it is fresh. This thing looks really good. I was really impressed, but he didn't have a lot of pictures. He only had a picture of the front and the back. So, again, this one was 150, just because the card is so beautiful. I mean, it looks really, really nice. And there's no price tags on it or anything. I was really impressed with this one. It was 150. It was a little more. But again, the condition alone was just fantastic. So I reached out to the guy and I asked, hey, do you have a couple more photos? And he was happy to send them. He sent me a ton of photos. So I was really, really put at ease by that. Really cool guy. So yeah, I'm like, deal, it's sold. And I purchased this and I got it in the mail. He packed it super well. And yeah, this thing is just absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It's, got some minor scuffs on the plastic, which is not uncommon. There is some yellowing, but it's not that bad. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. And what's funny is the Black Costume Spider-Man is actually, he's the more common figure. The Spider-Man in his regular costume is much more expensive. You're looking to spend like $500 on that one, easy, with a card in really good condition. But again, that's the Spider-Man one in like, what do I need? I need Baron Zemo is another one. That's a little pricier too and harder to find for some reason. And who else do I need? I need Falcon. Falcon, that's a harder one. That's an expensive one. And Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin is very expensive. But then there's also the Black Claws Wolverine, where his claws are like they're black instead of like the regular silver color. And they have these like little gauntlets they attach to his wrist, and the claws come out, which I always thought was really cool. But the black one is a variant, and it's much more expensive. But yeah, I'm very happy with this. So yeah, and actually I bought these cases from a guy on eBay too. I was very, very specific about the measurements and everything, and yeah, these fit perfectly for these Secret Wars figures. Really nice, and it looks really, really nice on my display case. These present very well. So yeah, any other Secret Wars figures collectors out there, here you go, man. This is awesome. It's a good find. I love this. All right, so up next is something I thought was an absolutely brilliant idea that DC is doing. What they're doing is these are called DC Compact Comics. I guess there we go. And I'm sure, if you're reading comics, you're aware of this. What they're doing is these are smaller, they're slightly smaller than the standard, graphic novel or, omnibus or whatever. And they print it it's on the old school newsprint, which is just, that newsprint smell. You got to love that. But yeah, I thought this was an amazingly good idea. This is what they've started doing is DC, these are compact comics. They're smaller, they're on newsprint, and this is like $10. and they've got so many other books that they already have out and that they're coming out with. And I was just looking for some Ed Brubaker stuff that I hadn't read before. And so, yeah, Ed Brubaker's the writer on this. This was a Gotham Central, which is a series I hadn't read before. But I'm a huge Brubaker fan. And I thought, well, you know what? And the guy could do no wrong in my book. I mean, everything he writes is I just absolutely love. If you're not familiar with his work, check him out. He had a fantastic run on Captain America, where it was the Winter Soldier storyline where they brought back Bucky. And you're thinking, oh, you're going to bring back characters. But no, it was really, really well done. So, yeah, check out. I'd love to read anything Ed Brubaker writes. The guy's amazing, especially when he teams up with Sean Phillips. But, yeah, this is fantastic. I haven't read this yet. I'm looking forward to it. But, yeah, this is amazing. This is just brilliant. I mean, this is $10. I mean, look at that. That's some good reading right there. You're going to get a lot out of this. $10, a lot of bang for your buck with this. And I thought this was absolutely brilliant that DC is doing this. I mean, that's some really outside the box thinking, rather than coming out with your standard graphic novel and the standard size. Hey, you know what? Let's crank something out on let's make it more accessible to everybody at a good price point, $10. And you get a lot of stuff here. And I mean, I thought this was just an absolutely great idea to introduce readers to, some great stuff that DC has done before. And it makes it really accessible and affordable for everyone. And yeah, well done. I mean, whoever came up with this idea, I hope you got a raise, man, because this is amazing. This is a really good idea. And I recommend you checking these things out, man, because they already have like a wide catalog of stuff that they've already come out with, and they're making more. And that's genius. It's genius. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this, and I recommend you guys picking some up. Absolutely. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be long before Marvel's doing the same thing, because, that's how it is lately. DC do, Marvel copies, that's how it is. What is it? Marvel see, DC do, something like that. Okay. But yeah, pick these up. It's awesome. All right. Now on to the comics. All right. And I got some good ones. I got some real good ones. This is the Silver Surfer Ultimate Cosmic Experience. Now, this is an unusual story because what happened was, this came out in 1978, and this is by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. And I didn't know this until recently, but this was the last collaboration that these two had, apparently. But yeah, this came out in 1978, and this is the hardcover edition, which I didn't know existed. I was only aware of a soft cover, which I had seen before. And so I was looking for one to pick one up. And you can get the soft cover depending on condition, $30 to $50. I mean, $50 is like the higher end condition for that book. And I saw this in a comic shop, and like I'd never seen it in hardcover. I wasn't aware that was a thing at the point because I'd never done a lot of research into it. But yeah, I saw that, and I guess the guy at the comic shop, he wasn't really familiar with it either. He had to look it up because it was just sitting on a shelf. He looked it up himself because it didn't have a price on it. And he said, how about $80? And I thought, usually this should be like anywhere between like 30 and 50, but the hardcover aspect of it alone, I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? I'll roll the dice on that. I'll get the hardcover because, again, I wasn't really familiar with it. So I threw down the $80 for it. And yeah, it's in remarkably good condition. It has the dust cover and everything. It's in really, really good condition. And it wasn't until later when I started to look into it a little more. The hardcover edition is the first print of this. The soft covers are the subsequent prints, from what I understand. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But yeah, this is the first printing. And I looked on the inside of the page, and this is in fact the first printing, the hardcover. And yeah, and what's crazy is depending on condition, this can go anywhere between $200 up to $500 for this book. I was stunned. I simply didn't know. And so I got this for a fantastic price. And, it was just me and the guy in the comic shop. Neither of us knew, and I was the one rolling the dice, and it really paid off for me. But yeah, and this is in absolutely fantastic condition. The soft cover, it looks gorgeous. The book has no dents and dings on it. I've checked it out on the spine, on the corners, the edges, everything. It's looked really good. And I would guess if these are going on the high end for about $500, I'd say that's what I have here. I'd say this is probably about a $500 book in this condition, because I've seen others that have sold, on eBay that aren't even in remotely this good condition. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased with this. And yeah, you never know what you're going to find when you're out on the hunt, find like little gems like this. Of course, I have no intention of ever selling this. I have this. It fits perfectly in a long box. It's fantastic. And I actually have it in a Golden Age bag and board. It fit perfectly in there. Because yeah, it's a little narrower and shorter than your standard comic. So yeah, it fit in there perfectly. And I just have it in my long box with my Silver Surfer run. So yeah, this is a fun little cool find for me. Yeah, a lot of fun finding this one and then doing my research and finding out what I had. All right, up next is nothing I had to like spend my kids' college fund on or anything like that. This is Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man number 86. It's from 1984, and it's Assistant Editors Month. So if anybody's familiar with that, back in the day, Marvel used to do this. It was Assistant Editors Month, so that was an excuse for them to do some wacky, crazy story in a comic. And this one features Fred Hembeck. Fred Hembeck is fantastic. His art style is really fun. It's really goofy. He always draws their knees with these swirls on them, which I think is hysterical. And yeah, it was Assistant Editors Month. So this was Bill Mantlo was the writer on this, and Fred Hembeck and Al Milgrom did the artwork on the cover and the inside. And this is the Assistant Editors book for Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man for that month. Yeah, it's a fun book. It was $10, and it's in perfect condition. You could snag these anywhere for next to nothing. But yeah, a little fun book. I love the cover. I'm a big fan of Fred Hembeck's artwork. His art style is just goofy and fun. And actually, he's on eBay. You can buy artwork from him, and it's, fun, cool little stuff, and it's not expensive. But yeah, like really fun little find. I saw the cover. I'm like, oh, that's goofy. That's silly. That's, one of the reasons I started collecting comics, was for the fun, goofy parts of it too, not just the serious stuff, But yeah, comics, it's meant to be fun. And this is definitely fun. And the story's really funny too. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but you'll have a good laugh. It's a good, fun read. All right, up next is my Silver Surfer number 3. This is from 1968. Stan Lee was the writer, and John Buscema is the artist. Yeah, this is from the original Silver Surfer run from 1968, and this is the first appearance of Mephisto. And this was a where did I get this? Oh, this was a little small comic show I went to. The guy had it up on the rack, and he had the price for $300. Like, wow, that's a pretty good price. There's got to be something wrong with this book. And I checked it out. And of course, it has, some dents and dings and some minor flaws on it. There's like a little tear on the spine and stuff. But usually this book is, in this condition, which I would put it at a fine, probably $400 to $500 at this point, because Mephisto's stock has gone up recently. It's been on the rise. So his first appearance is getting a little more expensive now and getting harder to find at those good prices. But I thought $300 was a really fair price. I didn't even haggle with the guy at all. I'm like, sold. After I checked it out, it's intact. Everything looks good. Minor flaws, which I don't care. They don't bother me that much. But yeah, it presents really well. Really cool cover. It features, Mephisto on there, and his look hasn't changed much since, if at all. So yeah, it's one of those character designs they nailed right off the bat, like Nightcrawler. I mean, just Nightcrawler's look, they just nailed it from the jump. I mean, how long did he have that original costume for? I mean, Spider-Man, look at Spider-Man. I mean, geez, his costume hasn't changed that much. And every time they do try to change it, it looks dumb. But yeah, this was a good find for me. It was at a little small comic show. Yeah, nice book. All right, last up is the crowning jewel of my recent comic haul is the first appearance of Blade. That's right, I got one, finally. This is the last book I need in my Tomb of Dracula run. It is now complete. Very cool. This is definitely the most expensive book in that run. It's the first appearance of Blade, 1973, a story by Marv Wolfman, art by Gene Colan and Jackie Abel. Um, I found this on my comic shop. It was a 6.0, and they had it priced at $570. And I was stunned because usually a 6.0 will go for, like, on my comic shop, usually like $900 to $1,000. So I was absolutely stunned when I saw it for that price, which does happen. If you check on my comic shop regularly for, those specific books that you're looking for, people will have consignment sales on there, and they will have a price on it that is just, they want to get rid of that thing immediately. So I saw it for $570, a graded 6.0, see, because I cracked it, for $570, and that was an absolute steal. And I bought it immediately. I put it on my credit card, so yeah, I'm gonna have to pay that off because I bought this very recently. But yeah, that was I can't pass up an offer that good because my price point for that was about $700 to $800. And so I was really, really happy when I saw it for that price, and I bought it right away. But yeah, usually you can find eBay. I found recent eBay sales for a graded Tomb of Dracula 6.0 for $800. That's what people are paying for that on eBay, on recent auctions, for $800. And of course, my comic shop has it for, some prices a little higher than that, like $900 to $1,000. But yeah, $570 was an absolute steal. So, you have to do your due diligence. You have to look. You have to keep checking. And you can find those steals out there, those really good bargains. So that makes it just, I'm all that much happier that, in the MegaCon video, I mentioned seeing two of these. One was way outside my price point, so it wasn't even a consideration. But then I saw another one that had like a real sloppy signature. So yeah, go back and watch our MegaCon video to see what I'm talking about. And I passed on that one too. And I'm so glad I did, because I found one in just as good condition, not ruined by like a BS signature across it, and an even better price. So yeah, that goes to show you, be patient, take your time. Don't, get caught up in, the moment, like, oh my God, it's right in front of me. It's a little more than I'm willing to spend. No. Take your time. And, these little surprises will happen to you, these happy little accidents, where you'll find these great, great books. And of course, it's amazing, amazing book. First Blade. I have one now, another huge key checked off my list. And so, yeah, I'm really running out of those big keys that I want to have. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for my comic haul video. Let us know what you think. I talked about some other stuff besides comics. Some comic adjacent stuff as well. But yeah, let us know what you have. What are some cool stuff that you've found recently? Come over and join our Facebook group and show off your stuff. Who doesn't love showing off their stuff? And we love seeing your stuff, man. Post your pictures of your nerd room, some recent books you found. Throw up some photos. Share it with everybody. We love seeing that stuff. We love talking about that stuff. It's all part of the community and all part of the fun of collecting comics, and reaching out and talking to other people about a hobby that you love and you're interested in. And yeah, I collect the figures too, some other comic related stuff, some cool stuff that I found. So yeah, please share. We love hearing about that stuff. So that's going to do it for today. And let us know if you like our little comic haul videos where we talk about the stuff we found, how we found it, what we paid for it, what you expect. Let us know what you think. If you like these videos, maybe we'll keep doing them. If you don't like it, then we'll stop. But for now, that's going to do it for today. So like I always says, keep collecting comics, keep reading comics, keep watching our videos, and please hit that like and subscribe. And hey, tell your friends and neighbors and coworkers and family members and people at church and people you see walking down the street. Steer them our way. All right? You guys take care. Bye.